Who's next for the new champ, Dean?
You got to go with Dricus. I mean, he was supposed to be in this spot anyway. Like, this was his fight anyway. So why punish him if he got injured? I got to go with Dricus.
You know, I like Dricus, but I also would also like to see Chimaev or Paulo Costa, the winner of that. And I think that one may be a little bit more appealing because it's going to be fresher in people's minds. You know, whatever happens in that fight is going to bring the excitement that this fight warranted. So I think it's going to kind of rub shoulders with this one.
Du Plessis for me. Only
3
you
for
guys.
3.
Yeah, because I want to see how good he is. Because what I was impressed with him when he beat Whitaker, who I thought was the second best middleweight there was. I mean, he fought that so close with Adesanya the second time. And the first time he had been injured, you know, before that for a while, so he was out for a year or so. So I'm not taking nothing away from Adesanya in that first fight, but he might have not been 100%. Second fight with Adesanya, very tight, very close fight. Almost could have went his way. And Du Plessis, the way that he destroyed him, it wasn't just his physical. He's a big guy. I saw him after the fight. I was like, is that you? I mean, how did you get down here and get in there? But it wasn't just the physicality that got me. It was his technique. It was his cleverness. It was his cerebral, his mind, how together he was in those areas to use his physical abilities. I just want to see, was it a mirage? A big one, if it was, a really big one. Or was it real? I think it was real. So I'm not sure that if I was on the other side and I was managing, you know, Strickland, the new champ, I'd want it so fast. I'd want a chance for him to kind of, you know, get his feet down a little bit more and feel comfortable with the new title. But in your business, there ain't no such thing as getting your feet comfortable. It's next up. There are no free lunches.
Well, and to your point, Teddy, there are options. I mean, Jared Cannonier was the alternate. Dricus Du Plessis was the original challenger. Jared Cannonier made weight. But also in this game, we all agree maybe Dricus deserves it. Nothing's written in pen because in Abu Dhabi in 5 weeks' time, we have Khamzat Chimaev against Paulo Borrachinha Costa. And if somebody goes out there and makes a statement, they're jumping the spot in the queue. But as much as I value all of these opinions, I also want to hear from UFC President Dana White.
No, I think you do the rematch, absolutely. I mean, the rematch is interesting. That could be the thing, too. You know, when you think about you're going into the Pereira fight, such a big fight, you know, and you've been in there with this guy so many times, and then you overlook Strickland, and you come in, and you know, I don't know. I don't know the answers to these questions, but Israel does, and I'm looking forward to hearing it.
When Dana said the word rematch, Dean Thomas did.
I'm not a fan of immediate rematches. I'm just not a fan of immediate rematches unless the champ's been like the champ forever. But I mean, he just got the belt back. I'm not a fan of it because I think there's so many guys who deserve opportunities. And every time we do these immediate rematches, it pushes everybody else back months, sometimes even years. Give somebody else an opportunity. Give it to Dricus. Give it to one of these other guys who haven't had an opportunity. I am not a fan of immediate rematches.
And we were saying, Rashad, it seems like the champion, or the former champion, I have to condition myself not to say that, Israel Adesanya, maybe could benefit from some time off.
Absolutely. I think time off would be great for him because what I've seen in Izzy in that performance is just kind of fatigue, you know, and it just was more than just a physical fatigue.
How much mental fatigue?
Yeah, mental fatigue. That's exactly what it was. It was that mental fatigue. And when you have a performance like you did with Pereira and then you have to follow it up, and it's hard because you're competing against yourself. And with the fight like this, it wasn't really close, you know. So for the wonder to have a rematch, I think Izzy needs to recalibrate himself and recalibrate his game because the truth of the matter is he's been figured out.
I was just about to say that.
It wasn't Edwards Usman where it was a 5th round head kick and it was, you know, 3 or 4 rounds in favor the other way. There was no dispute who Dana White should be standing behind with the belt when they were announcing the decision.
Yeah, I mean, like he said, he's been figured out. And that's the way MMA works. Like, games get figured out quick, and it comes in waves, and techniques evolve. And Izzy got figured out. I think all the guys at City Kickboxing have sort of gotten figured out in a way to where, like, just that kickboxing style is not going to be enough. Like, if Izzy had the ability to go in there, maybe shoot a couple takedowns to keep Strickland off of him, things might have changed. But he's got to go back to the drawing board and add a couple things to his game.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.